Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mitt Flips, or I'm a stay-at-home dad and a part-time eBay reseller. And every 100 subscribers is a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure you subscribe so you have a chance to win. I had a terrible sales weekend. I had 4 sales going out for, I had 6 sales going out for about $70. So if it had been a Wednesday, I would have been like, okay, whatever. But for an entire weekend, that is what I would call bad. But then this morning, I've had over $200 in sales. So worked out in the end, I guess. So I am ready to go. I am very tired. I'm feeling so much better, but because of all the junk in my lungs, I just can't breathe. I feel good, so I'll go to do my normal stuff, and then all of a sudden, I'm like can't breathe, winded, tired, even have to sit down sometimes. So it's really frustrating because I feel great, but my body is failing me. But have you ever, this happened over the weekend, you ever have one of those aha moments, epiphanies, where you go, okay, you know, that cheesy saying, today is the first day of the rest of your life, where as I was doing it and as I was having the thoughts, I was like, this is the day. This is the beginning. Technically Monday, not when I was doing what I did, but I'll get to that a little later in the video. It's hard to even record because my one ear is stuffed up, so I think I'm shouting, but you know how that goes. I probably am not, probably whispering. Go ahead and pull some orders so I can get a little kind of a breather, and then I'll get back to what I did and why I think every one of you should do it. First thing going out is a Sun UV LED lamp. And I didn't even read the location, but I know it's up here on C6. This was a bad buy. C6. I probably buried it because I knew it was a bad buy, but bad buy doesn't mean it's not going to sell. Way back here. And that was probably my thought when I did it. But bad buy, like I was saying, doesn't mean it's not going to sell. In my case, it usually means it's just not good profits. So tucking it back there was a poor choice. Pass Drew. How dare he not know that I wasn't going to be able to breathe. But this was a bad buy. I paid $3 for it. I used my past bias, not really bias, but my past knowledge, which is something you should do, but not always. Especially for me, paying up on something like that, $3. That's paying up. Because what I got for it was $8.99 plus shipping, but they paid a ton of shipping. I'm guessing South Florida. And I said it was a bad sales weekend. That actually sold on Friday, but after I shipped out. So that's how bad it was. From Friday till 1 o'clock on Monday, up until it was like 9:30 this morning, I had 3 cha-chings literally coming in a row. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Which normally that just means the app is glitching. And so I get upset because there's like multiple cha-chings. Cha-chings. But no, this morning it was actually sales. But $8.99 plus a ton of shipping, I will at least make money. But I would never buy one of these again. The first time I sold it, I think I got like 25 bucks. Just because it sold once doesn't guarantee, well, it does guarantee that it'll sell again because I sold it twice, but it doesn't guarantee that you'll make the same amount of money. That's what I'm getting at. Next up, D1A is a Fisher-Price Adventure People. D1A. This is overfilled. So that's a problem. This one right here, it's not too bad, but I don't like to have to dig because that's wasted time, especially when I have space, you know, space like this. But when we're trying to, if you didn't hear in last video, a couple videos ago, Jen is doing some listing for me, but she's doing it at her house. When you're trying to split things up like that, you just kind of have to have a system, like today, put it in this location, that kind of thing. It's not as hands-on to make those decisions like, oh, this is getting too full. From the set 358, it's a male scuba diver, which I don't know. That, to me, that looks like a grizzled old lady face. But apparently that is a male scuba diver. And for that item, $9 free shipping. That came in the big Barbie and book buy that has continued to make me tons of money. I also have 10 TCG player orders going out today. Yes, 10. Wah, wah, wee, wah.
Oh, well. King in the castle, king in the castle.
Except for the fact that that is, I actually did the math, $11.92 in profit. Not worth the time and effort for that kind of money. So I had mentioned before, if it became a problem, I would, especially the ones that, you know, I'm taking a loss on, I'd like to mitigate that. I would raise my shipping price. So I did that. I'm not going to wait around. I'm just going to raise it. And then if I don't get sales, I'll lower it back down. But I only raised it by 10 cents from 99 cents to $1.09. Because what was happening is I recently have listed a bunch of them over the weekend and a little bit last week. And cards that are used in the game, in the meta of the game, the ones that are useful right now for people that compete or play against their friends or whatever, those were getting cherry picked, and you only pay the shipping charge once, which is fine if you buy 2 25-cent cards. But if you buy 10 5-cent cards, not so great. So all that was getting purchased was cards that were useful that people do buy in multiple quantity. So I was like, okay, I'll just raise the shipping and hopefully fixes that a little bit. We'll see. If in a couple days I have another 10, I'll raise it another 10 cents. I'm not trying to stick people with the shipping charge or whatever, and I know there's very limited large value in selling bulk cards like this, but I gotta find a happy medium of time and effort to dollars. Next up, speaking of time and effort to dollars and being well above a happy medium, it is 2 Jewel Pops. One is Pop B1, and I sold one of these last week, and this is Custard Meringue Pie. It's a Lab Opal. This is going to be a combined order, so I won't know exactly which one, how much each was, what the cost of each one was. Man, mush mouth. And then the other one, C5, oh, they kind of match, and that is Make Lemonade. So they got food and drink. They got a meringue pie and a lemonade. And for the pair of those, I got $56 free shipping. And when you combine orders, you save money, therefore make
More money, more money, more money.
And I actually gave a significant discount. They sent me an offer on both. I accepted because of the combined shipping. I'm making an additional $4, so I can give a better discount. And speaking of better discounts, this one is a repeat buyer and a viewer. That is a great way to get yourself a good discount. B1A, it is 2, oh, I'm just making a mess. Making a mess. Making a mess. 2 Tupperware, I'm in shambles over here. Tupperware containers in the turquoise, aqua, whatever you want to call this color. And those are going to Living Pretty. Living Pretty, thank you so much. I appreciate it very much. I will grab a sticker before I forget to put in with your order. And for that $12 free shipping, I did accept an offer. Next up on C6 is a Happy Holiday Winter Animated Nativity Scene. This is actually on on B6. I'm sure at some point reorganizing, I moved it around. I picked this up actually 2 years ago. I did lower the price once, but it's one of those things where, you know, Christmas does sell year round, but if you miss the Christmas season, it's generally okay to let that item wait around till the next year to get that same amount of money. And what I got was $27.99 plus shipping. I got that at Goodwill, having a sneezing fit. So I paid, if I had to guess, $4.99. That would be my thought. Is this a good buy? Would I do this again? Let me rephrase that. Would I pay $4.99 for this again? Absolutely not. Because I had to test it, clean it, unbox the whole thing to take the pictures, rebox the whole thing in order to ship it. I will have to probably do some type of box resizing, frankenboxing, something like that. Lots of time and effort, plus paid at around $4.99. I don't know exactly. So my profits there are okay, but my time invested is very, very bad. Very bad. I was gonna make this topic of another video, but it's pertinent because of this. I will put the picture up, and this is not me calling somebody out or anything. I actually like this reseller, the content they do, stuff like that. I don't watch it, but they seem like a good person, a genuine person. I'm not trying to like poke at somebody. Dom, I think his name is Dom. Primetime Treasure Hunter. I'm pretty sure that's the name of his channel. It was, I don't know, sold for 80, bought for 20. And when I did the math for And that could have been 80 free shipping. I don't know. Those details weren't in the Instagram post. But I did the math. Best case scenario, it was, I think, $38 in profit. Because I also had to estimate how much the shipping was and all that kind of stuff. And if it had been a free shipping item, I don't know if he does free shipping, then subtract another $15-ish off of that. The issue isn't the item. Isn't the, like, yes, of course, $38, that's great. But when it's big and it takes up space, it takes time to clean and picture and repack and then pack when you actually sell it and all these other factors, it's a no. It's a no. I would rather sell 4 items this big to get that same $38 in profit. It takes so much less effort, time, space, all the things I talk about. And Dom, I think he has a full-time job. I'm not positive, but he's pretty big on YouTube. And as far as like comic books go, he's one of the tops. He knows his stuff. He makes a ton of money in comic books. I think he also likes to sell things he likes. I think he also sells things sometimes because it's good for YouTube, good for Instagram, good for the clicks, which is also fine. Because then in his mind, he's probably calculating, okay, this is taking me this time and effort. I'm only making $38, but this will also generate me, 1,000 clicks on 1,000 likes on Instagram or something like that. Those thoughts might be in his head. I pound the table on this because this was me. Not because I'm trying to pick on people, but this was me. At one point, I probably had the same amount of space taken up, and I had 500 items when I first started, maybe less than that, because it was all big, pots and pans, stereo units, real big stuff, because I would look at it and go, okay, that's $5, it's worth $60, that's great money, but I would never think about the other things. And those other factors generally are more important than the actual profits on the item. It's a sliding scale, and you have to figure out where you sit on that scale, how much time you're willing to put in, and usually it's the less sales you have, the bigger the item can be, the more difficult the item can be, because the time involved isn't as important. You can dedicate that hour or 2 hours to whatever you're doing, because it's your side job or something. Whereas me, I can't dedicate that extra time to that item because that same amount of time I could make more money doing less work. That's the key. I could do less work and make more money. Like this one, Pop C3, going to my favorite, and that is a Morning Frost pink jewel pop with mother of pearl. And this going out to a repeat buyer that has bought so many of these from me. I had a few big sales, and they all landed in a time period where I wasn't running a sale. How cool is that? So for that one, $39.99 free shipping. And then next up, here is a big one. If you follow me on Instagram, you got a sneak peek of it this morning, which if you follow me on Instagram, I don't post a lot. Usually it's just like when my videos are coming out, but every once in a while, I'll put something cool. I'm not trying to build my Instagram to be something. So I only post something if I think it's really cool, or pictures of my kids. I do that. It is D3, and it is a Nebraska Cornhuskers foam head. I got this about 6 houses down the road from me, and I live in Michigan. Only reason it was in my area, not a lot of Nebraska fans around here, Nebraska, the college, is because the lady's son, he works at a bank, and they had some type of like spirit week, and there was a dress up type of thing, and went to a costume he had. Maybe he dressed up as a Nebraska fan. I have no idea. But the only reason it was even in my town is because somebody ordered it for a costume, and then I bought it from his mom on the 3rd day of the sale, and I think I paid $3, but I might have only paid $2 for it. And I got $74.99 plus a boatload of shipping. It is going to South Florida. I'm gonna make about $15 on the shipping. Yeah, what a great sale. When I saw it, I immediately picked it up and was like, okay, I'm buying this. I don't care how much they charge me. I'm buying it. Is because Amber resells. If you don't follow her and you do sell clothing, follow her. If you don't, you still can. She's still a good reseller and a pretty awesome person, I think, in my opinion. But she had sold one, and so I was like, oh, I know this thing, I'm buying it. But this is an item, I would have looked this up anyways. You can't pass by this, a giant foam piece of corn that you wear on your head. But she had just a couple days ago, because now every time someone sells one of these, she gets tagged in it. A couple days ago, someone tagged her in a post on Instagram and said, hey, thanks for the tip. I just sold one. And they posted their sold. It sold for 30, I'm going to guess, but $39.99 plus shipping. The plus shipping was only $4 and something. And this weighs over a pound. So they also didn't make all that money because they got some of that taken out to actually ship it. But then if you go and look this up, look at the sold comps, and you will see $39.99, $40 plus ship, $44 plus ship. I think the most expensive one sold, except for mine, is $50 plus ship. And that's only in the last 90 days. If you go back further, you can find some a little higher. But mine is not in great condition. It's got a stain. It's got 2 rips, all detailed in the listing. Why did I get $75 and everybody else got around $40? Because I know what I'm doing. Because I know that a rare item that's desirable, people will pay up for. So what happened is all of them sold once football season started. Mine was the only one left. And so someone went, I want one of these. Oh, there's only one available on eBay. It's $75 plus shipping. I'm going to pay that. So I got double or close to double what everyone else got just because I knew rare, desirable, price it up, and be patient. Tip of the day. Price your rare, desirable items up and be patient. You have to wait. You have to. If you don't want to be patient, you don't have to. You can take the other route and say, I don't want to wait around, Drew. I want to take my $3, turn it into $45, and be on with my day. That's also perfectly fine. But I knew that because college season was coming up, because I found in the summer, listed in the summer, I priced it well above all the others listed, but I said, you know what? I'm going to at least wait till a couple games into the season. It's week 3 of college football, and boom goes the dynamite. And then next up, pop D5, all the way in the back, 2 of them, and this is also, oh, yeah. This is also going to the same buyer, so now I actually will get to combine these and make more money. These all kind of match. She's got a theme going with these ones. It is 2 of these Chameleon Fairy's Delight Enamel and Cubic Zirconia. Still haven't looked up which one it is. For the pair of those, $71.98 free shipping. That's what I'm saying. I was depressed about this weekend sales, and then at 9:30 this morning, all that happened. So that was pretty good. And I don't know if it's just because I'm finally feeling better, even though I probably sound not that great, and I can't breathe. Or maybe it was the coffee I had. But I am feeling just energetic. And then last thing going out, it's a game, but it's not actually a game. It is Mario Tennis for GameCube. Mario Tennis for GameCube. And what do you mean it's a game but not really a game? It's because it's only the case and the insert. And it actually is water damaged. The insert is. The case is damaged. And I put all that in the listing, of course. And then I put, as the very first word, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, I put read with some asterisks to get people's attention to actually read the description. If something's damaged, sometimes you got to put that in there. Like, do not just think this is a cheap, oh, you found this $40 game just on sale. No. Please read this to know that it is only a case, only the insert, and both of those things are damaged. And I countered an offer, $10 free shipping. I got that in a Mikhail mystery box, so I would have paid less than $1. But some games, inserts, the manuals, cases, just GameCube cases alone, empty ones, you can sell. I don't think I'd sell them individually, but I'd have to look. You know, if they're $9.99 free shipping, yeah, I would totally do that. But your expensive games, the other bits to that game are worth money, because somebody will buy, they'll have just the copy they found at a Goodwill, or they'll buy just the game to save some money, and it's cheaper to buy the game and the case separately. Stuff like that. Sometimes game stores will buy them. Whatever the reason is, If an item is expensive, the bits and pieces of that item are usually worth selling. So say you got a game board. If you got a $24.99 plus shipping game, the pieces are worthless because they can just buy the whole game for $24.99. But if you have a $150 game and it's missing pieces, sell the pieces because someone is going to buy one missing the pieces or have one missing the pieces or find one missing the pieces. And instead of having to buy a new one for $150, they just go buy your bits and pieces for $9.99 a piece, $14.99 a piece, whatever it happens to be. And here's a little help me out type of moment. My kids, I'm going to say it's no fault of their own. I think it's just the reduction in quality. This is the third television they've broke in the last 3 months. And I'm not saying broke as in like they did something terrible, smashed it, put a peanut butter and jelly in the back end or something. Just from changing the channel too much probably, or turning it on and off, or leaving it on for hours on end while they're just not actually watching it, doing something else, or turning it on and leaving. And this is like a, I don't know, 56-inch TV, 60-inch TV. It's a real big TV. I was very happy with this one for watching football and stuff. But this picture doesn't work. Sound works, picture doesn't work. So if you have any tips on repairing one, because I know you can, but, or at least just a direction. Send me to a channel where they're like, hey, this is how you repair these. And don't give me that, oh, just reset it. You think I didn't try that kind of stuff? I spent like 2 hours just, whatever. Because I told the kids, I don't even watch the TV. I'm not buying you a new one. I'm not buying a new one, period. I don't care if anybody in this house watches TV ever again. And then Sunday morning came around and I was like, well, I kind of want to watch the football game. So I had to watch it on this piece of garbage that'll probably last a year. 32 inches. It's just, my TV is too far away from the couch. So if anybody has any tips on if you've dealt with it, or like I said, a YouTube channel where I could find good tips on repairing it, I think I'm going to give it one shot. Mostly because if I fix that one, I bet you I could get a bunch of those for free. Because people never want to dispose of them. It's a pain. But if I could start fixing TVs, get a couple $100 a piece for them, might be something I do. But I guess that does transition into what I was talking about at the beginning. I always want to be doing too much. I always got too much on my plate. I got too many ideas. I've got too many ways to make money that I want to do simultaneously, but I'm only one person. So what I did over the weekend, not even really over the weekend, it took me like a half hour, is I kind of had a realization that I was doing a lot of work and not getting a lot of output. I was putting a lot of time and effort in and not getting a lot of return on that time and effort. And some of this has to do with Jen's work schedule change, the kids back to school, Jen doing a little listing for me, all these things encompassed together. Me having a scattered schedule for about the last 3 years where I've changed jobs, changed how our house looks, changed how the business is going. Just, it seems like there's always something happening, always something changing. Jen's changed her job a couple times, that kind of stuff. So all I did, and I suggest everyone does this, all I did was I wrote down what I already accomplished in a week, and then I did a second column of what I would like to accomplish in a week, and then I did a third column of things that, if I have time, I could get to them. That kind of thing. And all I did was make a schedule. I started on Monday. This is what time I get up. This is what time I take the kids to school. This is what time I have lunch. All those things. And what I found is that what I was accomplishing in a 7-day week, because my schedule was so scattered that I was working 7 days a week. A little bit here, a little bit there. Never able to fully do anything because I was always jumping from thing to thing. By scheduling it out, I am hopefully, because today's day one, hopefully going to accomplish the same things I was accomplishing in 7 days in 3 days. And not by working some 16-hour day or something crazy, from working an 8 to 5. There's an hour lunch break in there, which that's not an hour lunch break because it takes me 15 minutes to eat lunch. So that's also to get any little extra things done, put down when I'll be editing video, when I will answer emails, when I will answer YouTube comments. Every little bit of my day now has a time that thing is done. And so at day 3, I was like, wait, what am I going to do with all this extra time? So then I went to the next list, things I would like to accomplish, and I expanded that out. So now I have a 4-day work week, full work week. On Fridays, I have I don't want to call it a half day, but a partial day because I pull and pack orders, I record, but I have Thea on Fridays. You know, I don't want to have to be doing other things. You know, I put house cleaning a little bit on Friday. Friday's a little more of a catch up for half the day, and then the day is done. Because then after the other kids get home on the bus, they are also here for the weekend. So now I have from Friday afternoon till Sunday when I go to bed, 100% free. And if I can stick to this schedule that I think I can, let me rephrase it, that I know I can, I should be able to accomplish much more in less time. So that when I'm not working, I'm not working. I'm done. I deleted all my socials off my phone. That was one that I was like, okay, that's a good idea. I still can just, when I'm in my allotted time to work on Instagram or editing video or whatever, I can do that from my computer. But it's during that time period. I don't need to pick up my phone 25 times a day to check email. There's never an email I'm going to get that needs to be answered now. But I would always get a notification. Oh, I got an email. Let me check. Oh, delete. It's nothing. It's junk mail. I don't need all that. I can just, during the time when I'm supposed to be doing it, that's when I do it. If it's not that time, do what I'm supposed to be doing at that time. It's not only freed up more time, potentially, I'll know after the first week. It's also going to allow me to have better output. Also, just better peace of mind. I won't have to think about, oh, should I be doing this? Can I go do this? Oh, should I be, blah, 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 blah. Well, what time is it? Okay, well, that's the time I'm doing this thing. It's kind of like how I get dressed in the morning. I never, ever, outside of like going to a wedding or something where you got to actually pick out an outfit, pick out my outfit. I go to the right side of my closet and I grab the shirt that's there. And then when I do laundry and I hang it up, I put it on the left side of the closet. And I never have a thought about it. I grab the one from the right side. That's the shirt I wear today. They're like, ooh, it's this kind of day. I'm feeling this shirt. No, this is the one. I put it on. Never a thought ever crosses my mind about what I'm going to wear. It's just, that's the one that I wear today. So if I can add a bunch of that to my life where I don't have to think, that's freeing up computing, processing ability to do other things. And that other thing could be nothing. I find myself with an inability to do nothing. I can't relax. I don't feel relaxed when I relax. I always feel like, oh, you should be doing something, you should be doing something. But now that I have the schedule, I'll know that at this time, I'm not supposed to be doing something. I'm supposed to be doing nothing. That is what I'm supposed to do right now. Nothing. Is that nothing watching TV or playing with my kids or going for a walk or whatever that happens to be? But that's what I mean by nothing. I don't have anything I can, because that's not on the schedule. That's not what I do right now. And then one other thing was that I was like, okay, I've got a lot on my plate. What can I get off my plate? What can I eliminate? And so since Jen is doing some listing for me right now, I have jumped onto the Pokemon cards because that's something I'll get back to some listing today. Actually, let me check what time it is. Yeah, I will pack this up, go pick up Thea from school, and then I will get to listing a couple more sets tonight, or at least some of it. And then that can be done. I don't have to think about that anymore. It's checked off the list. Also this week, storage unit getting checked off the list. That will be 2 things that just are completely done. And then next week, I will add another thing that I can hopefully take completely off the list. Not this half here and half there. Just get it done. You don't have to go through all of that, but I suggest write down what you would like to accomplish in a week and just try a schedule and see how much free time you actually have. Because a lot of us fall into that, like, yeah, I'm listing, but I'm watching a YouTube on the side, or I'm doing a little this on the side. And if you just instead did the one thing you're trying to accomplish, you would free up more time to do those other things. But you're always half doing stuff. At least that's me. And hopefully this helps somebody. Well, that's going to be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other. Just really neat. Hey, little feet. Do they ever really fix things? I have no idea what this is. What do I care? Let go. I'm good at this.